Good morning, district officials, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. My name is Gautam Verghese, and I will be the surgeon at arms for today's session. Creativity is seeing what others see and thinking no one else ever thought. Creativity is seeing what others see and thinking no one else ever thought. Quoted by Albert Einstein. As a PR representative, I would like to reframe it as creativity is seeing what others see and designing it innovatively, which no one else ever thought. Can I get some applause for this? I welcome all the dynamic, vibrant VPPRs, members, and guests to this event, which will reprise the branding guidelines and unravel the intricate Canva tool. There are a few guidelines to be followed during this event. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute if you are not speaking. Please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our district also has a mission. Please repeat it after me. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence.
In achieving excellence.
Thank you. Without much ado, I would like to hand over this virtual stage to one of the amazing vocabularian and eloquent speaker, ever charming PRM, Toastmaster Suchita Udas. Let's welcome her with a loud applause.
Thank you.
Toastmaster
Sergeant
Suchita,
Arms.
over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Godson. Good morning, weekend early birds. So what's for breakfast today? Waffles with steaming mug of coffee? Well, yes or no? Here's an extra shot of caffeine to the creative minds out here. A very warm welcome, people, and I really appreciate you all taking your time to attend this workshop today. The district PR is back again with this workshop, reiterating the branding guidelines and exploring Canva. Over the past few months, we have seen a deluge of creativity in the form of flyers and posters for your team meetings and submission for the awards, of course. Even as the ideas, the themes, the compositions are stupendous, sometimes adherence to the guidelines is a wee bit off track. Now, there is a school of thought that feels reined in because of the guidelines, but honestly, it need not be so, right? Creativity is the expression of your imagination, which is unlimited, but it might just be amorphous if not contained in a proper structure. Agree? So our guidelines do act like that. They are just that, the structural strength to bridge the amorphous to morphous. And to take us through that, we have a very experienced trainer who will be guiding us with all the tricks, the tips, and the know-how of how Canva works. So let's dive in right away. To carry us forward today, we have with us a very active, creative soul who aces the brand balancing act and eternally responds with a yes every time, each time, every time for every request. So let's welcome Toastmaster Shazia as our MC today. Over to you, Shazia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suchita, for a wonderful introduction. Robert Brault once said, "One key to success is to have lunch at the time of day most people have breakfast. A very good morning to all of you. Our presence here today is the proof that we all are definitely one step closer towards success and a delicious lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, what is creativity according to you? Well, creativity is a phenomenon whereby something new and valuable is formed. According to Edward de Bono, there is no doubt that creativity is the most important human resource of all. Without creativity, there would be no progress, and we would be forever repeating the same patterns. Here at Toastmasters Fraternity, we have the multitude of creative designers. But just imagine if every day we would get to see same patterns of posters and flyers. At the end of the day, we would get so bored of them that we wouldn't want to look at them, isn't it? In order to enhance the creative proficiency within you and to help you to find your expression for the plethora of emotions, we welcome you today at the Canva workshop. By the end of the workshop, you will undoubtedly learn the tricks and tips that will help you to explore new avenues within the branding guidelines. To reprise the branding guidelines and to unravel the intricate Canva, we have here today with us our venerated veteran trainer. She's a former scientist and an edupreneur, a passionate educator, and a researcher, bestowed by the Young National Scientist Award from the Zoological Society, Kolkata. She has been in Toastmasters for 2 years and the Charter Press of Dynamic Leaders Forum's Toastmasters Club. She was a part of District 120 PR team for the year 2020 to 21 and a member of the Region 13 PR team. Played roles like District Newsletter Editor and PR Chair for District Conference. She's also a recipient of many awards like Triple Crown, Pathways Celebrity, Pathways Mentor Communication and Leadership. Currently, she's the Area Director of Area H2 District 120. Ladies and gentlemen, please note our timer and tech support for today is Toastmaster Vinish. And after the Canva workshop, there will be a question and answer session. You can post your questions in the chat box and we will make sure that all your queries get answered. Let us now welcome Dr. Aswati Rajan. Ma'am, the
Thank
screen
you
is all
so much.
yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. It really feels so nice to hear such beautiful things early in the morning. So thank you. And thanks a lot for having me here. It's a wonderful morning to see all those beautiful faces and eager faces actually who are ready to learn something new. And I'm so happy that I'm playing a small role in transferring the knowledge, which whatever I have gained through Toastmasters journey. So very happy morning once again to all the fellow Toastmasters and the distinguished guests who are present here. So today we are going to have a very interesting session about creating a brand compliant flyer on Canva. So if you all have not tried a poster on Canva and you're thinking that it's boring, time consuming, and you have to think about brand complaints, branding, this color, that color, all those things. If that is the reason, so believe me, my friends, after the session, I'm sure that you will at least try it once and you will fall in love with it. So before going into the session, let me ask all of you that how many of you are already using Canva? You can just show your hand raises. Okay, I can see many hand raises that there are people who are already using Canva. Nice. And there are many who haven't used yet. That's also nice because we are going to use it from today. So before getting into the session, I have a small request to all of you. I have shared a link in the chat box, and I would like to know your expectations before I start the session. You all can click on the link and just put your answers. And let me see what are your expectations from this session. Oh, wow. So I can see the responses here on the screen. Okay. People are eager to know about the guidelines, branding guidelines, and want to create a professional looking flyer and need some clarity, want to be more creative, and some are interested in learning some tricks. I will definitely try to share some tips and tricks. Yes, and some are ready to get inspired. Oh God. So thank you so much for sharing these responses, and this is really overwhelming, and I'll try my best to uh, fulfill your expectations. So let me start with the session. I have a few slides here and I'll start with them. Okay, so today my session will be divided into 3 parts. So this is the agenda for that. I'll be talking about branding, and then we'll be designing a flyer together. So I request all of you to open Canva on your system so that we can do it together, like a hands-on training session. It will be interesting, and I would like to see some of your creations after the session if possible. And then we'll get into the Q&A, the question answer sessions. If you have any doubts, please feel free and reserve your questions for the end, or you can even type it in the chat box if you feel to ask any questions in between, or I'm sure our MC will help towards the end. I'll clarify all your doubts. So first, before starting something or creating something, a PR material, we should know the purpose. Why are we creating a material, a PR material for? What is the purpose for it? So as you can see, you can do so many things out of a single flyer or a video, whatever you are creating for your club or for your area or division or district. You can share the updates, the updates of an event, upcoming event, or anything, any update regarding your club celebration, anything, you can put it in the form of a beautiful flyer. You can help recruit new members. Of course, it is used for publicity, to tell that yes, there is a club existing here and this is what our club does. So it helps you to get more members, connect your members. Of course, it also brings a connectivity between the members within Toastmasters fraternity. You can use it for recognition, recognizing your members and leaders. And it feels so nice when you see your photo on the poster and it says congratulations, or maybe a simple birthday poster when your club put it up for you. It is really a very nice feeling. I mean, I love that. So I'm sure most of us, they like to be recognized. So, and of course, to promote an event, for example, today I had a beautiful poster by District 105 to promote this event. So likewise, to promote any event, it can be your simple moments of truth of your club, or milestone meeting, or any other celebration. You can promote that event to invite more guests, and even develop a curiosity among the members. So these are few examples for which you can create posters. Of course, the list is too long. So now let me quickly jump into the branding, which is very important, actually the backbone of whatever we are going to learn and trying to do today. So branding, as you all know, it's very important. It will tell the unique feature or the uniqueness of a product or of an organization. And that's why Toastmasters International, they insist again and again to stick to the brand guidelines. So whatever material you are going to create, it should be brand compliant. So I'm going to start from the scratch for the benefit of those who have joined recently or who don't know where to look it for the brand manual and where to find. So this is how you can find the brand manual. You can log into Toastmasters website, and then you can go into resources. Then brand portal, under resources, you will find brand portal. And in brand portal, you will find brand manual. Brand manual is a PDF document which you can download and keep it for yourself. You will find all the important guidelines which is required to create any PR material in that document. So it is very important for you to read, to go through every part of it so that you can create a brand compliant material. And then I'll be touching upon few features which are the primary or the most important or common features which we usually use during creating any such posters, brand complaint posters. So first is the color palette. The colors which we use, you all must have seen that we stick to only few colors, these primary colors in our posters. And many people even ask who are non-Toastmasters that why you are sticking to these three colors or four colors. But one very important thing which we see here is whenever they see these colors, they know, okay, this is something related to Toastmasters. So that is something which the branding builds, the connectivity between the audience or say the customers and the organization. So here we have three primary colors: True Maroon, Loyal Blue, and Cool Gray. And you can see that there is a hex code given under each color, which is for maroon, it is 772432. And likewise, you can see different hex codes. So these codes are very important because we'll be using these codes when we are going to work on Canva. On Canva, we will be putting these codes and that we'll get the exact shade. We cannot use any maroon or any blue or any gray. We have to be very specific. So it is very important that you know these numbers, these hex codes. And these are the primary colors which we can use basically as a background or maybe any element, any shape which you are using on the flyer. I'll show you once we do it. So any such shapes can have these colors. Then we have an accent color, which is happy yellow with this hex code. This is a color which is usually used for highlighting the important points. For example, if you want to highlight the club name or the speaker's name, you are having a keynote speaker and you want to highlight that name, the date or time, or the event milestone, 100th milestone, 500th milestone. So any important point on the posters can be highlighted by these colors. So this color is not recommended as the background of your poster. It should be kept for highlighting the main features. So that's something which we need to keep in mind. And other than these, we obviously have two default colors, white and black. And white, of course, you can have it as a background color, and black again we usually use for the fonts, not as the background. So black, please avoid yellow and black for the background colors. Rest of the colors, primary colors, and the white, of course, you can use it. So this is a little about colors. And then this is a very interesting feature which we are having in our new brand manual, which is gradient. Last year, we had this feature added. So earlier we had just plain backgrounds, but this looks very good. It gives a very beautiful effect to your flyer when it has a gradient effect. You can see three different colors, three primary colors, and we can create gradients with these colors. in Canva, it is a bit trickier to create a gradient, but today we'll do that also. We'll see how to create gradient. So you can have any of these options from upside, from top to bottom, from bottom to top, or from left to right, or right to left, or from, this is the 3 gradients template, where from both the sides there is one darker shade and in the middle there is one lighter shade. So these are the different variants or variations of gradients which you can use. It looks very beautiful when the background is having this gradient effect. So we'll do that also. So you can try and explore this option too. Another one is transparencies or transparency effect. This is again a very interesting feature which you can use in your flyers, and it also gives a very beautiful effect, a different effect to your usual regular flyer. So here once again we are using the same primary colors. We are using blue, maroon, or gray, and with the white. So here, if there is an object below, and you can use the white color shape above, and you can make it transparent so that the shade looks different. It doesn't look pure white or pure blue. The shade, you can see a different effect will be there. And again, there is a condition that the transparency can be maximum up to 70%, not beyond that. If you are reducing the transparency effect beyond 70%, the color completely changes. So it doesn't look like the Toastmasters brand colors. It looks different. So we are still sticking to the brand colors. So with giving a slight, by giving a slightly slight effect of transparency. So I'll show you once we do it, you will know it better. Then this is about the fonts. So as the colors, we also have specific fonts which we use on Canva. So usually we have these 2 fonts, Gotham and Myriad Pro. Those who are working on PowerPoint, they know that these are the fonts which we usually use, which are brand compliant fonts. But on Canva, we have these alternates, or these 2 options, which is Montserrat and Source Sans Pro. These are the only fonts which are recommended on Canva. So you can see different variants of these fonts, like Montserrat has extra bold, semi bold, classic, thin. So we can use these options. You can explore with these options and use it wherever you want. Then coming to another very important feature, which we have in our posters, it is about the logo and the other design elements. You can see we have so many options. We have logo word mark, logo lockup, pathways logo, pathways badges. So pathways logo and badges, of course, it is not very commonly used, because they are specific to the posters which tells about something about pathways. For example, your member has completed a level in that pathway or completed a whole path, you can put that logo and create a poster. So it becomes quite specific, but other 3 definitely you can use anywhere. And again, there are some restrictions and some guidelines for using these logos, that wherever you are using the logo, it should have a clear breathing space, equal breathing space all around. For example, your logo should not touch to another designing element, or it should not be too much to the extreme corner or touching the walls of the poster. It should not be like that. It should have equal breathing space from all 4 sides. So same is for all the other logos. So you have to be very clear and careful when you are placing a logo. And now they also allow us to use this logo on a picture background. If you have a background of a photo on your poster, then also you can use the logo over it. Earlier, it was not like that, but now you can use that also. But again, you have to see that the elements are not touching or disturbing the logo, so that your logo is clearly visible. And there are some guidelines for corporate clubs. You can please go through the guidelines, the brand manual. There is a separate guidelines. There are separate guidelines given for posters or placing the logo for corporate clubs, because many corporate clubs, they want their company's logo also on the poster or whatever material they are creating. So it is very important that you follow the guidelines when you are doing creating such a poster. Now, this is again a very interesting topic, a very many people, they have so many doubts about it, that what kind of images or what kind of photographs you can use on the posters. So as you can see, there are some, again, according to the guidelines, according to the brand manual, we have some restrictions. We cannot use the nature, trees, plants, flowers, food, electronic devices, buildings, cartoons, illustrations, all these, the emojis, and also we cannot use that. The photographs on your posters should be depicting the elements of Toastmasters. It should depict leadership, public speaking, mentoring. As you can see here, these are the pictures which I have taken from Toastmasters International Brand Portal. If you go to Brand Portal, there is a link called Professional Photographs. So you can click on it and get many photos. So based on your requirement, you can select any of the photos, and you can see the orientation of the photos are also different. I mean, here it is all same, but you have portrait, landscape. So whatever you want, you can download and use those pictures. And it is not necessary that always you have to go with these pictures. You can also click your own pictures, click a picture of your meeting, of your club meeting, or any event which is going on, of a seminar, of a conference. You can click those professional pictures and use them too. This is about the pictures. Okay, so I'll stop here, and again I'm going to open Canva for all of you. So we'll be working on Canva right now. So I request all of you to please open your Canva if possible, so that you can also try it, and we'll do it together. So I'll open Canva. Hope my screen is visible to all of you. Okay, thank you. So for those who have not used Canva, I'll show you how to log in. You can log in with your Facebook or even Google account. So the first step is to open this canva.com and log in with any of your accounts. And you will see these, this will be the home page. And the best part of Canva is this is free. So you can do a lot of work without paying anything. Of course, we also have Pro version, Canva Pro. So which is, I mean, you can work a lot without even getting the Pro version. I was using free version so far, and recently I have bought Pro. So it is not really required. You can actually create a lot interesting things without getting Pro. So free version is very good. So this is how it looks like. And the best part is there are so many templates available here. You need not select the size and think about what should be the size. If it is for a simple flyer for your club or for social media, I usually prefer Instagram post. So here you can see that there are different types of templates, like these are the Instagram post, Instagram story, Facebook. So different sizes of templates are available. So we'll be working this. You can explore, explore different types of templates, but today we are going to do it in Instagram post. So Instagram post square, it's a very simple, the basic template, which fits very well with any type of poster. It can be your Facebook or it can be your Facebook or your maybe if you are sharing it on WhatsApp or LinkedIn or wherever, or Instagram, of course. So wherever you want to share it, it is very easy. It fits very well. So we always prefer that one. We prefer to share, we create on Instagram template. So let me download, let me open it one more time. Okay. So this is the basic template, the Instagram post square. So these are some of the templates which I created long back. So I will start from the scratch, from a blank template. So you can open canva.com and log in with your Google or Facebook account if you don't have, and then select Instagram post, and you will open a new blank slide. It will look like this. So we are going to create a poster here today. So if you see, this square poster is now blank. So the first thing is we would like to have a background to it. We would like to give a background to it. So for background, you click on the slide. You can see a background color box appearing on the top. You can click on that. And then you can type the hex code. If you remember the hex code, which we did, learned there in the brand manual, it is there on the brand manual. So it is always recommended to keep it somewhere where you can just look into it and type, or if you can memorize it, then it's great. So here I'm going to give a color, which is the blue, the royal blue. So the hex code is 004165. So when you type the hex code here, you will see the exact color will appear. You simply click on it and it will give that color to the background. Same way, if you want to change the color, just type that hex code, that exact color will appear. So this is how this color will fit into the background. Another option which I told you is about the gradients. So if you don't want this one, if you don't want this background and you want to go with the gradient effect, then let me tell you how to do it. In Canva, that option is a little trickier. You can just go to elements and click gradients. Type gradients, and you will see there will be different gradient slides appearing here. So these are the different gradients. So here, some of the gradients are by default, you cannot change their colors. So you cannot do anything. For example, here there are two shades, white and this purple. And you can see on the top, those two colors will appear. It means these colors can be changed. This is the customizable template. So you have to choose a template which can be customized. So right now, according to the brand manual, we can have two different versions. Either we can have gradients with 2 colors or 3 colors. Like I showed, left and right and middle, it will be a different color. So here, this is the gradient with 2 colors. So let us work with 2 colors first. You can choose this. You have to explore a little bit. You can go to these options. You can see many different gradients available. So you can click on any of them and check whether it is customizable. For example, the other gradient, this one, yes, this one also it is customizable. You can see these 2 colors are appearing on the top. So you can change. All these are this can be changed. So we'll work on one of them. We'll change and see how it looks like. So one color, the first color is again the same one. We'll do a blue gradient, 004165. We'll click on this one first color and give that code here and select it. So you will see that color changed now. And now again, the second option, which is this purple, you click on that. And then click type the other color code, which is 006094. So this is a different blue. You click on that. Here it is changed. You can see now the color has completely changed, and this is a gradient now. So now what you have to do is, this is a template which you need to fit into this template, your main template. So you can rotate this as per your wish. You can have it from upside down or from down to up, or from left to right or right to left, whatever you want. You can keep the orientation like this. Then just drag the corners and make it fit to the template. You can see this. Now it is fit. So now you know that this is just a shape which you have kept it over your template. So sometimes when you work over it, when you put another different elements over it, or you try to type something over it, this slide may disturb you because it is just a shape which you have kept. It is not the complete background. It is not merged with the background. So to be on the safer side, to work peacefully so that it should not disturb you, just a small trick here. You just click on this and lock the background. You can see on the top right corner, there is a lock. You click on the background, lock it. So now it is locked. It will not move. Whatever you do on this template, it won't move. So this will really help you. Now coming to the template, the fonts, let us type something. You can see the elements. Again, go to the elements. And then in elements, you can see a shape, see lines and shapes. You can click on that. You will see different types of lines, different shapes. So it is totally based on your creativity. Whatever you want, you can choose here. So if I'm selecting this, a box, a square, you can just drag it, adjust the shape the way you want. And you can just move it, place it wherever you want. You see, I'm placing it here. And then you can change the color of this box. You can see on the top, the color box will appear. Just click on it. You can change the color. I made it white. So this is the box. So likewise, you can use any shape, whichever you like, and keep it there. And then we want some text over it. So let me write. You can choose from elements, come down, there is text. So you click on text, you will see that there are options, heading or subheading or the body. So I'm putting a heading here. So click on it and type your heading. So this is my heading. Again, this can be dragged and increased and decreased in size. Another option is from here on the top, you can increase or decrease in the size of the heading or the font, whatever you have written here. You can change the font. This is now Montserrat extra bold. You can always type whatever font you need, font style you need. It can be changed by clicking on it. So it is a heading, so we can keep it like that. If I put it over this shape, it is not visible. So I'll change the color. Again, I'll go to the text color and change the color. So now you can see this heading is on the shape. You can change. You can also give some effects to the headings. You can see on the top, it is showing effects. Click on effects. You will see different effects. You can just change that, and it will give a special effect to your font. Just see that you don't click on these kind of options, because sometimes it just changes the color. It doesn't remain brand compliant. So stick to simple effects which keeps the color as it is. So this is how I have done. So now I want to reposition the whole thing. For example, if I have kept it on the top, I just want to keep it down. So again, I have to click and bring the shape first, and then the text. One by one I am doing. So I want to group the whole thing so that it stay in a group. So wherever I want, I can just hold one thing and drag it or keep it or shift the position. So for that, you can just select everything with your left click and drag it. And then here you can see on the top, these three dots, which is more. Click on it. There is an option called group. So you can click on group. So now these two elements, the shape which is in the background of this text, and the text, both have been grouped. So now whenever you drag or you just shift, the whole thing will go together. Otherwise, one by one. And this is very useful when so many different elements are tied together. I'll give you an example which I did. You can see this one. This is something which I created for an event. All these are different elements. Imagine the the gray color fonts which you see. This is one element. This G is another element. This picture which you see at the back, it is a different element. All these are separate individual elements. And now I have grouped them together, so that wherever I move, or if I want to reduce the size or increase the size, it happens together. Otherwise, when you are doing such an intricate design, it becomes very difficult to shift one by one. So you can make use of this feature of grouping the elements together. Another shortcut which I have for grouping is Control G. You can just Control G and it will group. Select everything and Control G, it will group together. So that is another small trick for all of you. Another feature which you can do is to duplicate things. If you want to duplicate this one, you want a copy of this feature, or for example, a shape you have placed, a square, and you want the same size square next to it. So again, to create and then drag and stretch it to make it look like same, it is little difficult and time consuming. So just select it and Control D. Control D, it will duplicate. This is again a shortcut for that. So you can do that. Yes. Now we have the heading. Now we can also move the position without dragging always. We can again go to these three dots. You can see this position. So you can choose the position you want at the top, you want in the middle, whatever you want, you can choose. And you can see that the whole thing will change at exactly in the middle of the poster, because if you are dragging and keeping somewhere, it may not be at the exact center, or the alignment may differ. So you can do that by choosing that option too. Now coming to the picture, you want a photo here, photo of the TMOD or photo of the speaker. How to do it? One option is to directly keep the photo as it is. For that, you have to upload that photo to Canva first. Wherever you have this picture, maybe in your system, you just click on the uploads. On left corner, you can see below elements. Click on uploads and just upload that file. And so you can just use the picture as it is if you want, but you must have seen that sometimes the pictures are in a frame. There are different shapes, oval shape, square, or maybe some design, different types of design. So for that, how to do it? Again, go to elements. In that elements, you will see the option of frames down. Here it is frames. You can choose an option. For example, there are many different shapes. You can check it. I'm using the circle now, the round shaped frame. Again, then go to the uploads and drag the picture and drop it. Just drag and drop into the frame. It will directly fit into the frame. So you can see, and here also Control C, Control V also works. The common option of Control C, Control V, if you want to copy or duplicate, Control D, all these option works very well on Canva. So you can make use of that also. Now, if you want a picture in the background, you don't want this gradient, or you don't want a plain background here, and you want a picture here, that also can be done. You can just drag the picture and I'll show you in an here, because we have kept a template and logged it, so it is not changing. If you remember, we have locked the background, so it won't change. Like this, just drag and drop. So your poster will have that background. So you can use this as a background. And now coming to the transparency effect, if you remember, we saw the transparency effect. Click on the picture or on the text, whatever you want to make transparent, just click on it. You can see here on the top, there are this checkered box option is there. Just click on it. You will see this. And now it is 100%. You can reduce the transparency. You can see that how it is changing, and you can reduce up to 70%, not beyond that. So here it is very useful sometimes when you are keeping it as a background and you want some text over it. So if the picture is already too dark, of course, your text will not be visible clearly. So it is always recommended you can use this transparency effect and put some text over it so that your text is highlighted. So this is how you can use this effect. And then you can also have some different types of shapes for designing elements. For example, here I have used both the things like different elements like circle, frame, and these are different shapes which you can select from shapes. And then I have also used the picture in the background. You can see I have used the transparency effect so that the text is visible. Then you can use the logo. So logo also you have to just upload it directly from your system. First download from the brand manual, then upload here on the Canva, and then you can use the logo as it is. So here is this logo. You can see this logo. I have just click on it, it will appear on your flyer, and you can place it wherever you want. But wherever you are placing, just make sure that there is equal space. By equal space around it, it should not be like this. It should not be very close to some designing elements, or it should not be, it should be clearly visible. And also another thing is, when you increase or decrease the size of the logo, you can see that if you are doing it from these points, it will change. It is changing the logo completely. So always make sure that whenever you are increasing or decreasing the size of the logo, do it from the corners like this. Sometimes I have seen the regular logo of Toastmasters International, the rounded one. It is stretched and it doesn't look perfect. So that happens when you are not dragging or not doing it properly. Don't do it from the sides, just drag it from the corners so that the shape remains same, like this. So another feature which I want to show you about is layers. You can, for designing, you can have some layers in your poster. For example, now I'm going to have some shapes here. Circle shape again. I have selected circle shape. So here you can see that this circle I want to keep like this. And then again over this another circle. I'll change the colors to differentiate. And I'm reducing the size. I'm keeping it here. Another, keeping it blue and keeping it here. Making it blue and keeping it here. So this you can see we have 3 layers, and over it I want my picture. So like this. So now this is one design element you can work with. I'm just giving a simple example, but these layers can work in many different ways. For example, here you can see these are also layers, different shapes which I have layered together. So sometimes when you are changing or you want a change in any one of these elements, it is very difficult to move because you have to move it one by one. You have to first displace the topmost layer and then the lower layer, and you want to change the lowermost layer, then you have to clear the all other layers which are on the top. So it is a time consuming task, and sometimes then you don't even try these options, you just leave it and make it simple. So how to do it? If you are if you want to change something on the lowermost layer, then there is an option where you can do control, just click on the picture, control left click, control left click. By doing so, it is moving down to the lower layer. Again control left click, it will go to the next layer. Again click, it is going to the lowermost layer. So it is selecting only that layer. So whatever changes you are going to make now, it will, you can see how it changed the color of the lowermost layer. Because sometimes what happens, the design is so intricate that when you try to click, it doesn't select that specific layer for you. It just click here and there because they are very close. You don't have space to click on that particular layer. So this shortcut or this tip may also help you in that. So with that, I think I am then also these kind of I'll show some other examples here where you can work with the, just for example, this is the picture, and if you want to flip the picture, that also you can do. There are options on the top, flip. You can see how it flips very nicely, which suits your according to the orientation which you want. You can flip the picture, you can do it anyways. Of course, we'll not do that, but horizontally we can flip. So this is also very interesting. And animation we usually use when we are doing a video. So videos works the same way. You just have multiple slides and do it together. And again, if there are so many elements on the poster, you can just select it, group it, and lock it. So if you are locking the object or that particular element, now this cannot be moved. So it will stick to that particular place and you can work around. So now once your flyer is done, if your flyer is done, you need to save it. So just click here, share. You can see you can download the poster, and you would like to download in the JPG image or PNG, whatever, JPG if you select, and you can just click on download, and your poster or your flyer will be downloaded in your system, from where you can send it through your WhatsApp, or you can put it on the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Instagram. So this was a small session. I hope you all are doing it parallelly. And if you have done something, I would really love to see the posters which you have done. You can share, and you can also ask the doubts if you have any doubts about the branding, the brand guidelines, or the tips and tricks which I just shared with you, few of them. And of course, there is a lot in Canva which you can explore. Once you start, you will fall in love with it. Definitely you will love. You explore different options and see that it will do wonders. So thank you so much. And over to you, MC Toastmaster Shazia. I'm ready for the questions.
Thank you so much for that interesting workshop. I've been using Canva since 2 years and I just love it. And today I learned many new things. So thank you so much, Dr. Ashwati. And we have certain questions. Before that, I have one question, which I was looking for in the session. It is possible to remove the background of the images, right? When we apply the, yeah. So if you could just give and highlight on that, how to remove background from the logos and the pictures.
Yes, there is an option to remove background. So there is a simple option which we usually use is removebg.com. removebg.com. It's a free option available online. You can just go and upload your picture, whatever picture you want to remove, because the picture which I used, you saw it is having a pink background. So when you put it in the poster, it doesn't look a brand complaint poster. So it is always better to remove such backgrounds. So put it in remove BG, and you can remove the background. Just with a simple click, it will remove the background for you. Download the image, upload that image in Canva, and use that image.
Thank you so much. Is there an option in Canva also for that? I think there is. So for that
It
has
is
to-
there, but in pro option, not in free.
Okay. Now we have questions like, in case the TMOD of the day wants to share something from his side in the group before the meeting, then also should it be the colors of the branding guidelines, or can he use the other colors?
It is always recommended to stick to your brand guidelines. Of course, whatever things you are doing in meetings, especially in a professional Toastmasters meeting, even your PowerPoint slides, if you are presenting a research and presentation project, I would recommend to stick it to the branding guidelines. It is always recommended that.
I hope the question is answered. Yeah. Okay. Now the second question is, can we mix two gradients like maroon and blue together? Is it possible? Is it allowed?
No, according to the brand guidelines, they don't give that option. They haven't given that option. We are keeping it separate. But of course, two elements, for example, two shapes. If you are having one square in blue gradient and one in maroon gradient, maybe you can play with it, place together, and create some design. So that way you can do. But both the gradients together doing a shape, I'm not sure about. I don't think so. It is there in the brand guidelines. Yeah, but you can of course play with, do different shapes and create something.
Okay. And now one more question is, what is the size of the flyer for posting on WhatsApp?
Yeah, this
groups?
one, this is Instagram post. You just click, type Instagram post here on Canva. It will give that shape by default. It will appear, and you can just select an option of a plain blank template and work on it. And there are also some customizable design templates available in the same size. In Instagram post, there are some designs which are available, so you can always change those designs according to your need. You can change the colors to brand compliant and all those. Yeah.
Okay, and there's one more question here. You may please guide the VPPRs how we can apply and get the pro version, since we are from non-profit organization. Canva is giving the pro version for free to non-profit organizations like TMI.
Yeah, you have to write to TMI actually. There are, but I don't think so. It is available right now, that free option. And what they recommend is maybe few clubs or together few members can buy it. And there is an option on Canva itself. You can just buy a monthly subscription of Canva, and it can be shared with number of people. So whatever amount is there, it can be shared, easily shared within a group or within a team. For example, if you are having a PR team or VPPR team of your club, so VPPR plus the associates will be there usually. So 4 to 5 members say. So all these 4 to 5 members can buy a single one subscription, and they all can use, because there is an option in Canva where you can build a team. So whatever account you are buying or creating there, it can be shared within the team. So all the members have access to that link, and whatever material they are creating is accessible to, by all the team members. So if you have created something, say the newsletter. So if you are working on your club's newsletter, all the team members are doing it. One part someone else is doing, the rest of the part other member is doing. So you can just create that folder there. One by one, you can work on the same thing. It need not be done separately. So same account can be shared within the team. So it is recommended, if you want to buy, you can buy it as a team also. It is helpful.
Okay. Is there any more questions anyone wants to ask?
Yes, this is Toastmaster Vasant. Can I ask?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, just guide us how to effectively download from Canva, because my experience is that many a times file becomes very heavy and it is not going in WhatsApp group, especially if there are animations into the flyer.
Yeah. So of course, for animations, there is limitation. There are limitations in WhatsApp. So you have to either reduce the size of the file. But for flyers, it is not a problem. You can always download this Instagram post. You can easily download, like how I showed you. Just simply download and share. But of course, for videos, it is difficult if it goes beyond the limit. So you have to reduce the size of the video, and there are some options available online. There are free options also where you can reduce the size of the file, and then you can send them.
There's another question here. Is there font for Toastmasters we can use with Canva?
Font, yes, on Canva. Otherwise, it is recommended Gotham and Myriad Pro, which are the standard fonts. But on Canva, these options are not available, though. So we have the alternate options, which are Montserrat and Source Sans Pro. So these are the two fonts on Canva, which can be used for Toastmasters brand complaint posters.
Okay. And there's another question. The image with G you showed with image of world.
Yeah.
Yeah, poster which you showed. What's the difference between that image and clip art, which is forbidden by Toastmasters International?
Yeah, that is not a clip art. It is a text. You can see the text, and that is also not a Toastmasters. It was not for a Toastmasters event, though it was organized by Toastmasters. So that is why you didn't see any logo on that poster. I didn't had a logo of Toastmasters along with that image. So it was organized by Toastmasters, but not an Toastmasters event. So whenever we are having a Toastmasters event, so make sure that you are not using any such elements there. So that is why you can see that I basically, it was not a clip art. It was and complete image text. The whole thing was just I just made a collaboration of some text and made into a picture. Then G also, it is Montserrat, the font which is recommended by Montserrat. But because of that picture, the globe which is there behind, because of that, we didn't put a picture, the logo of Toastmasters International there.
I hope that answers your question. And now there's another question. Just would like to know about incorporating music into the video flyer. Are there any restrictions for adding music?
Music, you can see on, if you see on Canva, there are some free versions available, which you can always use. And definitely you have to be very specific if you are uploading those videos on YouTube or social media. You can, if it is a copyrighted music you cannot use, because immediately you will get a response from YouTube. So you have to be specific on that. You have to be very careful on that. Otherwise, some free options are available on Canva that, of course, you can use.
Okay. And now another question. What is the alternative Adobe software in place of Canva and PowerPoint? Where can I find tutorial for this?
So many tutorials are available actually on YouTube, you can see, and even there are some sessions done by some of the experts in Toastmasters. You can see there. One is Tech for Toastmasters, I think. It is there on YouTube. You can see so many videos by DTM Kejet and you must be knowing. So he's an expert pro in Canva. So you can always see his videos. They are very simple and you can learn so easily even by seeing those videos. And there are many other videos on Canva with some tricks and tips, shortcuts. So you can just explore that on YouTube.
I can see the wonderful Toastmaster Vibha, patiently waiting for an query.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shazia. I already posted my question in the chat, but it was skipped, so I'll just repeat it again. So we have an outdoor meeting happening. It's a picnic. But what I collect from what you just answered, Dr. Toastmaster Ashwati, that if the logo is not there of Toastmasters, then we can have the nature photos. Like we are doing a picnic, so I want to have the outdoors. So if I don't put the logo, is it okay to use outdoors?
See, if it is a Toastmasters event, then why do you want to remove the logo? Right? It should be brand complaint. So better you can put a picture where Toastmasters are there. They are speaking with that backdrop. They are, they are standing or sitting in that background and they are talking and they are having a conversation or public speaking there. So that kind of picture you can use in the posters.
With
So
the
it will be brand.
with the outside.
Yes, with the background. But the people are there who are showing the elements of Toastmasters, who are showing some leadership or public speaking skills. So that is, of course, brand complaint. So you can use such pictures.
But
Only
along
the background.
with that, sorry,
Yeah.
along with that, I want to show that it's an outdoor meeting. So what's the solution for that?
Yeah, the picture shows the outdoor setup, right? It is an open area or a garden or whatever, where the Toastmasters are conducting their meeting. So it gives the whole outlook of outdoor meeting. It will show that it is something different.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
There's another question. Can we use Arial font too in the flyer?
Arial font is very similar to Montserrat. So yes, you can use that also. You cannot find a difference actually. It hardly, the point is you should not deviate much from that font which is recommended by the Toastmasters International. It should not be entirely different like comic font or some cursive fonts and all. So that makes it look very different. Arial, of course, you can use.
Another question, is there any time limit for video flyer?
No, actually, there is no time limit as such. But of course, if it is too lengthy, the file becomes very heavy and no, you cannot send it through WhatsApp. All those limitations will be there, but there is no hard and fast rule or there is no such rule for that. So you can create a flyer, but a video, but make sure that you can easily, you can easily send it through WhatsApp or through whatever means you are sending it. So only for that, it is always recommended that short videos are always it is good. Nowadays, people don't like to see long videos and their attention span and all these issues are there. So always it is advisable to stick to small short videos.
Thank you, Dr. Aswati, for answering all the questions. Is there any more questions? In case any questions I missed, anyone wants to ask?
I would like to mention as well, hi, how are you? Beautiful presentation. Thank you very much. This is Mohammed from Bashariya. It's amazing presentation, and I think all of us, we need to adapt to it. They say the future is visual. So we need to make sure we use as much as possible visual presentations. We use in Bashariya, Toastmaster, and Media Master as well, video flyers. And we've seen the response is amazing. And we get so much guests, I believe, just because of we use visuals. So this is very important topic. And I think all of us, we need to look at Canva. It can play magic. We started the year with 8 members only. And now we are safe. Our membership will start growing. And I think visual presentation is playing a good role. So thank you very much for this beautiful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, definitely. The visual present, the way you put things together, it definitely matters. And when you have animations and someone opens the flyer and has animations and some effects, definitely it attracts people. So it is totally up to you. You can just open Canva and explore different things, try adding music, try some animations over the text or the pictures. You can see that magic will happen like the Toastmaster just shared. Definitely it will be magical. So you have to just explore the potentials you have in Canva.
I just like to add something and to insist on the last comment. It's just a comment. It's your enthusiasm, your smile is so inspiring. I have never used up to now. Canvas always let it to somebody else, but now I'm going to start and explore just because you deliver it so clear, so smiley, so nice. I just enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Dr. Ashwati, there's another question. I think the last question for the day. Adobe alternative, please.
I usually work with Canva. You can ask me about Canva. I don't have any idea about Adobe Photoshop. Yes, I did try, but I loved Canva, so I usually use that. So I don't have any idea, and I can't help you in Adobe. So sorry for that. I think you can work and you can create anything on Canva. I don't see any limitations here because from the time I have started PR work, I am working on Canva. Of course, now it is updating, upgrading every time. You can see many different options coming up. So definitely, I think you can do everything here on Canva. So you should shift from Adobe to Canva. That's what I would recommend. And
Okay,
also
there's
I have a small link here, which I'm sharing in the chat box for all of you. Please share your feedback and it will really help me and help me to do it better next time so that I can share more learnings to more people. So I'm sharing a small link here on the chat box. So please take few seconds to share your feedback with me.
Thank you so much. There's another question which has just popped up. Are there any restrictions on the number of words, sentences in one slide?
No, there are no such restrictions, but of course, if your flyer is too much crowded, definitely it won't look good. So it is recommended to keep it simple, clear, so that you have short and the message should be crisp and clear. So that's the point. If it is too crowded, too many elements is there, so definitely it won't attract. So always it is better to keep it simple, to the point, and avoid too much of text and too much of information on the flyer. It should be short and clear.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashwati, for answering all the questions with great patience and with your wonderful smile. Thank you so much. It was wonderful having you here today with us. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for this overwhelming response. It means a lot. And thank you once again, District 105, for inviting me here and giving me this opportunity to share my learnings with all of you. Thank you.
And now I would like to hand over to our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Godson, to give vote of thanks with appreciation certificates. Over to you.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Shasia, and good morning once again. If an artwork or even a painting looks beautiful, artistic, and aesthetic, it's because of the artist. Dear Toastmasters, you are the artist. Today, we got the opportunity to understand or be empowered on how to use the tool Canva in much better ways to create these artworks. I hope you have learned the tricks and tips that will help you to explore new avenues within the branding guidelines. I feel very honored to represent the district PR team to appreciate and acknowledge the valiant efforts taken by the PR team to make this event successful. First of all, I would like to thank our trainer, Toastmaster Ashruti Rajan, who shared her experience of using Canva in such an expressive way that all the members were able to understand the branding guidelines and use the tool smoothly. Thank you for your time and dedication. Please accept the digital certificate as a token of appreciation. A huge round of applause for our Toastmaster Ashwati Rajan.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I would like to thank the role players for the session. When a session starts and ends on time, or when the session happens smoothly, we will understand how the role players have put their efforts behind the screens. I thank the Zoom Master, Toastmaster Vinish Matthew, Surgeon at Arms, Toastmaster Godson, and Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Shazia, for their proactiveness, time, and dedication. Please accept the digital certificate as a token of appreciation. A round of applause for my role players. Now, I would like to thank all the district officials, VPPRs, members and guests who have connected to this event to learn and understand more about Canva. You are the artist. Thank you for your time. Now it's time to wind up this session. Hope the training has helped you in many ways. If you still have any queries, you can be in touch with the district PR team. Once again, thank you for joining, and I declare the session has closed. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Zoom Master, if you can have a quick picture. I invite everyone to please open up your cameras. Kindly switch on your cameras, please, everyone. Zoom Master, can we have the picture? Done. All right. All the pages. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. And a big, big thanks to our trainer for her time and the way